MMA Rants and Raves Strikeforce Grand Prix Heavyweight Tournament 2011. Josh Barnett versus Brett Rogers. Guys, let's talk about this fight. Well, it looks like Josh Barnett might be back. I mean, since he's gotten back, he seems to be fighting in Japan, and he's beating the guys that he's supposed to beat. You know, he looks dominant. So that's a good sign. And, of course, he's a legend. He's a mixed martial arts heavyweight legend. As far as what's happened in his career, he's a former UFC champ. He's, a well-rounded fighter. He's a good wrestler. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's also a big heavyweight. He's like 6'3", 250 pounds. So, you put that all together, this is a very dangerous fighter. Now, as far as Brett Rogers, here's a guy came into the mixed martial arts scene, 10 straight wins, really heavy hands, and his past two fights, as he climbed his way up the talent ladder, and he lost those fights, and they were really, really devastating losses, really bad losses. Knocked out by Fedor, and he got absolutely dominated by Overeem. So, it makes you wonder, can he come back? Now, he always has those heavy hands. He's dangerous standing up. But I want to make a prediction in this fight. I think Barnett is going to be too much for him. Josh Barnett just has too much of a well-rounded game. He's so dangerous on the ground with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And, he has the wrestling. So I can see him kind of being able to take Rogers out of his element, because he's got different ways to dictate where the fight goes. He can take it to the ground, use his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he could use his wrestling. And, of course, he's got size. Rogers is a big guy. But if you look at Barnett, he's a big guy as well, so he could counter any size advantage that Rogers might have with other fighters with his own size, because he's got, size himself. He's a big guy. So, that's the way I see this fight going. And would like to know what you think about the fight and the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix Tournament. Please leave your comments below the video, rate this video, and subscribe, and thank you for tuning in.